А зачем вы пришли сюда?
Я думал, намного лучше будет это все. И очень плохая музыка, просто очень плохая музыка. Я думал, намного лучше это все будет. Сколько раз сюда ходил, было намного лучше. Ну и на этот раз как-то не удалось. Во-первых, народу мало, музыка не очень.
А что за направление?
А?
Что за направление?
Направление? Какое направление?
Что за направление музыки играет там? А зачем вы пришли сюда?
Oh man, that clip can be used for so many funny things. She could be saying anything to him. But yeah, it's about Bitcoin. We're still talking about it. Let's Go says Bitcoin to the moon, except that we can't really go to the moon, right? We proved that. There's something with this latest ship, and it's a picture of Australia. I don't have the video for you today, but I watched it. That private lander supposedly landed on the moon. How are you guys doing today? The Biden is live at the border. I don't know if you guys want to hear that. It's actually live right now. They're broadcasting it live on Twitter. And Trump just spoke at the border, and I have a clip from that. So, welcome. Hey, happy Thursday. Welcome to the big show. Hey, Blue Fly, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Al Shizzle, good to see you. Philip Collins says, if you take snippets of your live streams, post them as videos, you may get some to go viral. It's great to see your channel growing. Thank you for that. I should do that. I should do that. I dedicate all of my time to researching, looking on Twitter, basically, and elsewhere for the news to cover for the day. So I have something to talk about for the full hour. And then I don't take time to do shorts and stuff. So yeah, maybe I should. It's probably true. Maybe I should, or maybe somebody could. It'd be cool if somebody wanted to do that for me, but I'd have to pay them for it, I think. And I don't know how I don't know. You're probably right. Thank you for that, Philip Collins, Phil Collins, in the air in the night. So yeah, I probably should do that. Yeah, there are probably lots of things I could do to grow my channel. I'm just doing the best with the tools that I have at the moment. So enjoy doing the live show, having you guys come in. And happy Leap Day. It's the 29th of February. We get an extra day every presidential year. So I have news. Cat Williams was on Joe Rogan. I have a clip from that. Donald Trump is at the border. I have a clip from that. He's talking about, what's her name? Laken Riley, I believe. Is that right? Laken, the person who died. Yeah, Laken Riley. He says that Biden won't dare say her name. So I have news about the latest polling. I have the news about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden was testifying behind closed doors, and they've leaked some of the information. He confirmed that Joe Biden is the big guy who got a cut of those deals. So I'll show you that news. In addition to the latest with cryptocurrency and everything else, we'll see how long the show lasts today. I don't know if I have as much news pulled up as I did in the days previous to this one. So, and then I have a bunch of clips of this Diddy lawsuit. The lawsuit against Diddy that's going to like blow up the whole record industry apparently, and it's like Epstein level stuff. So I have that for you too. I have a number of clips of people who called out the gay stuff in hip hop previously, including Kanye West and others. And Cat Williams said something about it previously too. I've been going over that story every show. So you want to take a look at how Bitcoin's doing? It's still it's still doing fine. 61.3. So people are looking good who got into cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin, but Solana. Holy cow. So Bitcoin's at 61.33. They gave me the 333 just in time for me to show the chart. So this is Bitcoin is doing great. Supply shock. Dogecoin was up a whole like 33% or something yesterday. Solana's up. It was up like 18%. It's still up. Let's see. Oh, just gave me a weird. Here we go. Solana. I'll show you that chart. That's looking good. That's my favorite cryptocurrency. I actually had to get some more yesterday before it popped. 126,888. Hey, we got the numbers working for us. Up 10% right now over 24 hours. But it just broke out above its previous high of 125. So it's at 126,888 right now. So Lesko says Twitter and TikTok is blowing up. Meek and Diddy. Yeah. And then Usher too. So I have those clips. I'll show them to you. So thanks for joining me for the show. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, or you can leave a super chat too. I don't discriminate. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And then I have a goal. I try to get to 6 coffees every show. We're trying to bring it to you every day. So every day this week, oops, there we go. Buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Oh, my computer's running super slow, showing this chart. Here we go. Come on. Oops, that's not the right banner. Show is about to start one of these days. Yeah, you see I have some technical issues. All right, there we go. We got the show started. All right. So yeah, we're looking for crypto to keep blowing up. Jeff Bezos might be buying Bitcoin. That's news. Jeff Bezos might be getting into Bitcoin. He sold a lot of stocks. A bunch of other people also have been selling a lot of stocks lately. We're talking about a possible economic crash. Although it's possible that things will just keep going the way they're going and we'll keep all struggling to pay for what we need to pay for. Cost of living crisis. So anyway, thanks for joining me for the show, guys. Good to see you. I'll try to bring you a good show today and pay attention to what's going on in the chat. Glad to see the channel growing and us not getting, everything is running super slow. There we go. Happy Leap Day to everybody. Hey, Joaquin and Grace Ferrer. Hey, June. Good to see you. I haven't seen you around much. Yes, I'm buffering. Yeah, I am buffering. Now it's cleared up a little. No, it's buffering. Yeah, it's on my end. Hopefully, usually though, the sound is clear enough. So let me play my intro and then we'll get to the show. Good to see you guys. Let's see. Okay, cue musical intro. Yeah, everything's running super slow. Boy, that's brilliant. Go. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yes, the real news, not just about cryptocurrency. Yesterday was heavily focused on crypto. Edward Snowden is predicting, there we go. Now we're working in real time. See? Don't know. Those charts seem to use up a lot of data. So whenever I'm showing those charts, maybe it slows me down. Thanks, Elizabeth Marie. All right. So here we go. Edward Snowden says that a national government will be revealed this year to have been buying Bitcoin. So that's possible. And Max Kaiser says that Jeff Bezos is piling into Bitcoin right now because he's been hanging out with Michael Saylor recently. So Seaside Spies say Sanchez, Bezos, movie producer Brian Glazer, media mogul David Geffen, IAC honcho Barry Diller, and MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor were spotted at a chic beachside eatery in the port of Gustavia. So it sounds like Bezos has been hanging out. Billionaires are hanging out with Michael Saylor. Now that Michael Saylor is going to be maybe the richest person in the world, possibly. Although Max Kaiser might have more Bitcoin than that. I'm not sure. He got into it a lot sooner. So that's the story with Bitcoin. Billionaires might be getting into it. Billionaires might be getting into it. Countries might be getting into it. It's just your chance. I said before, man, the great thing about Bitcoin is it's your chance to get in before all the rich people start piling in, because that's what's happening right now. Is BlackRock's buying it. Governments are going to start buying it. Hedge funds are going to start buying it. So you got a chance. You still have a little chance to get in and get some before even, the really big money comes into it. So yeah, this is slated to be the best month ever for Bitcoin, the highest monthly close ever for Bitcoin, and the biggest monthly candle ever for Bitcoin, ever in its history. It will have gone up about $20,000 in the month of February, and it's only a 29-day month. So yeah, if you're missing out, you're missing out. All right, I'll play and react to this clip of Cat Williams on Joe Rogan, where they're talking about the stuff going on in Hollywood.
Propaganda in Hollywood movies is built into the ingredients list. It's like, if you want flour, you need wheat. You're going to have to get the wheat. And if you want to be able to make movies about certain subjects, you have to be willing to work with some people that, it'd be nice if you made it so that this is what we're trying to accomplish, and this is showing the negative side of this other society, and this is and this is our hero. This is our hero who's going to go do America's bidding and go over there, and you're like, okay. And those movies are successful, and so they continue this relationship, and you become a bit of a propaganda arm.
I think he's talking about like military movies and stuff, like Top Gun. Top Gun had to be produced probably with the support of the U.S. government. Oh, I got to go live over on Rockfin. Hey, Rockfin, sorry. I've been live for a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Now we're live 13 minutes exactly into the show. Here we go. I'll play the rest of this.
For the government. And in turn, they don't fuck with you.
And actually, Top Gun was sort of about attacking Iran. It was like setting us up for attacking Iran.
Right. But that's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses.
That chain is ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Gets you guys wearing dresses in Hollywood.
Evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. Um, and so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things will become popular in the future, and that somehow calling people the goat would be normalized over.
God damn, he talks slow, huh? Do you think he's on Quaaludes or something or Xanax? He talks super slow. Somebody said the interview was boring. I could see why you said that. He's talking super slow. Yeah, Baphomet comes from Hermetics, where they talk about uniting your feminine and male energies. And Baphomet has breasts and male genitalia. He has female and male genitalia mixed together. So that's the satanic ritual part of dressing up like a lady if you're a guy. Yeah, he does talk slow, but I'll play the rest of this. Yeah, just shows that they talked about this before. You know, they want you to put on a dress in Hollywood. And I put on a dress as part of a ritual when I was out of my mind. Did you guys catch that? There is a picture out there of me with a skirt on because I thought, oh, it'll make me famous. Now I don't know why I did it. I was totally insane actually, but it wasn't that bad. It was kind of comfortable to wear around the house. But anyway, this is Cat Williams.
The sheep being always the most popular reference.
The goat, greatest of all time, he's saying. That's why they use the word goat. That's a little bit of a conspiracy theory. Greatest of all time. That's what GOAT stands for.
God damn, we got some good weed, Cat. Jesus Christ.
It just must be the weed.
I'm trying to figure out how to jump in on that.
Are these guys both high?
Right. Which is my only goal.
All right, I'm going to stop it. That's good enough. Okay. Yeah, they're super high. I stopped using cannabis. So I stopped using cannabis. Oh, I have news about cannabis. Actually, while we're on the topic, let me find that news that it causes heart attacks. Let me see if I can find that news for you. Yeah, it causes, apparently, they did a big study that showed, oh, here, I'm going to show this tweet too. I'll just show this now since I have it up, and then I'll show you about cannabis. I have Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried wants to get a lighter sentence because he's autistic, and he was also on drugs. He was on uppers, ADHD medication. He wants to get a lighter sentence than a 100-year sentence. So hold on. I have the, where is it? I can just search for it. Here, let me search for it. Let me show you this first. Candace Owens tweeted about pornography. Oh, yeah. She said, Candace Owens said this. She said, pornography is an intentional weapon of mass destruction. It was designed to weaken men with an understanding of their physiological responses. It is also designed to drive men further into perversion. Time to look into the history and profiteering of pornography. Okay. And then this guy, with her just saying that, this guy, Anthony Koch, says Candace Owens now straight up doing the Jews invented pornography to destroy Western men and Western society shtick. The American freak right strikes again. But she didn't mention anything about Jews. She just said pornography. And he said, oh, she's coming out with the Jews invented pornography to destroy society. So, maybe he's just protesting too much. So that's news. And then let me show you the marijuana heart disease study. They're smoking too much weed. Yeah, I quit. So that's news. I can tell you guys that about my personal experience. I quit because I had an episode last summer where I was using a lot of cannabis and I was off my meds and stuff. And I had like psychotic episodes basically. And ever since then, I think it's bad for me to use cannabis. So I'm not using it. And I will say it can contribute to psychotic episodes. So I would say using marijuana is not necessarily safe, although I used to use it very frequently and found it beneficial in a lot of ways. But lately not so much. But this is the story. Marijuana use as little as once per month linked to higher risk of heart attack and stroke. So they show it for people who they weren't able to prove this before because the people also use tobacco. So using marijuana as little as once per month is associated with a higher risk of both heart attack and stroke. According to a large study published Wednesday by researchers from Massachusetts General Hospital, the risks rose sharply the more frequently marijuana was used. The paper, which was published by the Journal of the American Heart Association, adds to the growing body of evidence suggesting marijuana may be harmful to the cardiovascular system. They studied 435,000 patients ages 18 to 74 to see whether there was a link between marijuana use and higher risk of heart disease, stroke, or heart attack. They found, compared to people who never used marijuana, daily cannabis users had a 25% higher likelihood of heart attacks and 42% higher risk of strokes. Not insignificant. People who used marijuana just once a week had a 3% increased likelihood of heart attacks and 5% higher risk of strokes during the time study. So, yeah, there you go. So, thanks, Sherry. Says, I'm proud of you. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I don't drink either anymore. I used to have one beer a day. So I'm like focused on my mental health and sleeping good and all that stuff. So now I don't drink at all. I don't drink sodas except once in a while. So I'm trying to cut out sugar. I'm doing as much as I possibly can to just try to feel somewhat normal. And so no cannabis, no alcohol, and very few sodas. Sometimes I have a soda. And that just kind of started recently. So just trying to feel as good as possible, as natural as possible. So all right, let me play you okay, so I showed you those. I got to show you all the clips of people dogging on Meek Mill and Usher. Oops, I closed the tab. I have to open up again. All right, let's see. Trump was at the border today. He mentioned the girl who died because of getting killed by an illegal immigrant. Can you guys remember Twitter? Twitter before Elon Musk took over? On Twitter before Elon Musk took over, you couldn't even say illegal immigrant or illegal alien or anything like that. I think people don't appreciate how much Twitter has changed. Oh, here's a reminder. If you go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, drop me a coffee. I'm looking, like I said, my goal is reasonable. I try to get to 6 coffees. So I'll check on those in about 7 minutes into the show if you want to leave me a message. So let me give you news on, and check out our t-shirts too. We have cryptocurrency t-shirts too. Jan says, I don't trust water. I drink tea with lemon and Pepsi. Pepsi, really? I was never a fan of Pepsi. I had Pepsi, though, at Costco. I had the Costco $1.50 hot dog and soda. That's a good deal. It's hard to pass up. Okay, let me show you this. Carbonated water is a great substitute for soda. Yeah, that's true. Drink bubbly water instead of soda, Nathan. Dan Whiffen says the same thing. Yes, Pellegrino. Yes, we have that. That's a good cheat code. Like I drink iced tea, unsweetened iced tea. And Pellegrino, refrigerated. It is a good substitute for soda. Good on you, people. AK says LaCroix is the best. Chilled. Just like beer, sans alcohol, lots of sugar in booze. Yeah, they say sugar is bad, and they say you have to avoid inflammation. So I want to avoid inflammation as much as possible. Vitamin D, black seed oil. So this is a note. You guys know about this. The affair between Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade began before she took office. Here's some text messages that prove that. This is a text message with someone who says, absolutely, the relationship started when she left the DA's office and was a judge in South Fulton. They met at the municipal court conference. So this is text messages that prove that Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade were lying on the stand. I mean, it's really bad. They committed perjury, saying their relationship didn't start until 2022. So AK says, if you drink soda, buy Mexican sodas made with cane sugar rather than fructose poison. Yeah, that's true. Although if somebody just came out and said corn syrup isn't any worse for you than real syrup, real sugar, cane sugar. All right, here's Donald Trump at the border today.
Was barbarically attacked, almost unrecognizable, while she was out on her morning run. She was a morning run. She was doing keep herself in shape. She was a beautiful young woman. She was a great person, best nursing student there was. I spoke to her parents yesterday. They're incredible people. They're devastated beyond belief. But she was beautiful, just so beautiful in so many ways, and brutally assaulted, horrifically beaten, kidnapped, and savagely murdered. The monster that charged in the death is an illegal alien migrant who was led into our country and released into our communities by crooked Joe Biden. He's crooked. I took the name away from Hillary because she's no longer relevant, I guess. She was terrible, but what he is doing is just unbelievable. Joe Biden will never say Laken Riley's name, but we will say it and we will remember. We're not going to forget her. It's been.
I'm glitching. Hopefully you can still hear my voice. I'm glitching bad. Come on. I think that's the end of what he said, but I glitched out. Hopefully you can still hear me and it's still recording locally. All right, here we go. So that's Donald Trump at the border.
Just a horrible story that we've had to live with for the last few days. It's hard to believe. And her parents are just, they can never be the same.
He's already talked with her family. I believe Joe Biden hasn't. Hunter Biden has been in closed door testimony, but they're leaking out what he's saying. Hunter Biden acknowledged that Joe was the big guy in a $5 million China deal. First son, Hunter Biden, affirmed during his Wednesday impeachment inquiry deposition that his father, Joe, was the big guy, referenced in an email about a business deal with Chinese state-linked energy firm that yielded millions for Biden family members and other associates, but rejected the notion that the president was ever penciled in for a 10% stake. Marjorie Taylor Greene reported on this. She said, at one point, we asked Hunter about the 10% for the big guy. And we showed him the email and he said, oh, that was after my father left office. Said, oh, that was after my father left office. So the statement represents the first time the 54-year-old Hunter has admitted that his former business partner, James Gillier, was referring to Joe Biden when he raised the prospect on May 13th, 2017, of the first son holding a 10% stake in the lucrative joint venture involving CEFC China Energy for the big guy. The email was first reported by the Post in October 2020 as part of a bombshell series of reports on the first son's influence peddling schemes. Quote, what's wrong with having a pie in the sky idea, unquote, Hunter reportedly said in response to the line of questioning, noting he assumed his father was done with holding public office in 2017 after 8 years as Barack Obama's vice president. So he was saying because he was out of office in 2017. Green added that the first son stressed that, quote, there was no percentage for my father in the business, unquote. So they have evidence, though. They have a $40,000 check that Joe Biden received from his brother James following a complicated financial transaction. So I don't know if he's going to get, well, the Senate's not going to vote to impeach him, but it could be recommended. Here also in his testimony, Hunter Biden testified that he was high or drunk while writing, sitting here with my father, $5 million China shakedown text, but still got the money. So he said in testimony that he was high or drunk when he wrote to a Chinese associate in 2017 that he was sitting here with my father shortly before the transfer of $5.1 million into Biden family-linked accounts. A readout of the 54-year-old son's closed-door impeachment inquiry deposition was provided to numerous news outlets Wednesday, citing Hunter's claim that President Biden had nothing to do with the shakedown of Chinese state-linked CEFC China Energy. The readout said, quote, Hunter admitted that he was high or drunk when he sent the sitting here with my father WhatsApp message, sent it to the wrong recipient, and is now embarrassed by the message. There he is. So he kind of looks high, but can't blame a guy for having a substance abuse problem or trying to get money out of the Chinese, I guess. The same source said that Hunter confirmed that his dad was not sitting next to him, but he was at his dad's house that day. So that's news from the testimony. Okay. Changing gears. Vladimir Putin says if we send NATO troops to Ukraine, it would risk a nuclear conflict that would mean the destruction of our civilization. So he's saying, he's warning that there could be a nuclear war, which I don't know if I believe that would happen because everybody knows that it would end civilization. So yeah, that's what Putin is saying. This is crazy. In California, they're having a $20 minimum wage law for fast food restaurants. They're reporting that Panera Bread has been deemed exempt from the law because of their special relationship with Gavin Newsom. Panera Bread is exempt from following the new $20 minimum wage law that kicks in on April 1st. $20 minimum wage for working in fast food. Like I'm looking at jobs right now that pay less than that. And I think, I could work in fast food. But that's how crazy it is. Here, there are jobs. I wonder what other jobs are going to do to hire people when people know they can work in fast food for $20 an hour. But that kicks in April 1st. The new law doesn't recognize places that operate, quote, a bakery that produces for sale on the establishment's premises bread, unquote, as fast food, according to the law's text. Why the line was drawn at bread remains unclear. Gavin Newsom said that's part of the sausage making. However, Newsom pushed for the exemption. People familiar with the matter told Bloomberg. One of the primary beneficiaries of the exemption is Greg Flynn, a billionaire and longtime Newsom donor who has 24 Panera Bread locations in California. He's been involved in Newsom's campaigns. He donated $100,000 in 2021 to help Newsom fight against a recall and $64,800 in 2022. So, and they didn't say it's not even just baking because it didn't apply for donuts or croissants. Only for if you make bread on the premises for fast food, then you don't have to follow the $20 minimum wage law. So he's gotten... So the reporting is that the exemption, one person said, was due to the governor's longstanding relationship with a Panera franchisee. Quote, the legislation was the result of countless hours of negotiations with dozens of stakeholders over 2 years. Staff in the governor's office met with dozens of business owners as well as union representatives as is expected when policies of this consequence are moving through legislature. Alex Stack said in a statement. So we have a minimum wage for all other workers. As of January 1st, the current minimum wage in California is $16 an hour. Believe it or not, I'm applying for jobs that pay $16 an hour. Believe it or not. Can't believe it. That's why I'm trying to make this work. Let's see if people have donated. That's why I'm trying to make this YouTube thing work. Let me check my coffees. I don't know if I got any yet because I didn't get any notifications. Oops. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm sharing the tab. This is at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. I'd love to do this as a real thing where I make enough money. Let's see. Phil Collins. Hey, thanks, man. Okay, cool. Cool. Hey, thanks, guys. All right. Frying Pants got 5 coffees. Said, here's a little something extra for you on our extra day of the year. Thank you, Frying Pants. God bless you. Someone bought a coffee, says, lift the veil, keeping it real since the start. And Philip Collins got 5 coffees, said, wish I could donate every show. You definitely deserve it. Thank you. Gosh. Thanks, guys. You got me past my goal. Now I just need someone to join as a member, and I'll really be there. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Things have been going better lately. So thanks for that. All right. And I'll check in at the end of the show in case anybody else wants to drop off any coffees. Trump, what do you guys think of the election? And they are going to raise prices on fast food because of this law. And they already fired a bunch of delivery drivers from Pizza Hut franchises because of the $20 minimum wage law. Trump is leading Biden in 7 swing states, as more than 80% say Joe Biden is too old, this poll says. Former President Donald Trump is leading Biden in 7 key battleground states. And more than 80% of registered voters in those states think Joe Biden is too old for office. 80%. Trump is beating Biden among registered voters in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin by a significant margin. Across the 7 states, Trump leads Biden by 5 percentage points, 48 to 43%. And then if it's a 5-way ballot test, it's 43% to 37%. So with RFK getting 9% of the vote. So that's what's going on. I mean, I don't think Joe Biden has a chance. I'll show you on CNN how they freaked out. I haven't even watched this yet. How they freaked out when one major Democrat city in Michigan voted uncommitted. Let's see.
This is what Joe Biden received. Again, forgive me, 1,141 votes. Dean Phillips, 54 votes. And uncommitted, make sure I get this right, 3,703 votes. So that's a wow. If you look at it this way, this is 23%.
Wow.
And this is 75%.
Holy crap.
And so this is just the city of Dearborn, but that is where the biggest pocket of the Muslim American, the Arab American population. This is a place President Biden carried big time in 2020. This is key to his chances of defeating Donald Trump in Michigan again. This is what Joe Biden
crazy.
received.
That's insane. Yeah, Muslims are not happy. There was a shooting in Gaza today. There is video of it. They called it a chaotic incident. Let's see. They're calling it the Flower Massacre. Let me see what this shows. They're saying that when people were getting aid in Gaza, 104 people have been killed. 104 people got killed. So here's Trump saying Joe Biden is a mental and physical basket case. Here, I'll play that.
Radical left Democrats are at it again. They're constantly making up stories about me because their candidate is a mental and physical basket case. There's never been anything like it. He's also the worst president in the history of our country. He went on a very poorly rated show last night, and he talked about Donald Trump and his wife, I don't know the name of my wife, he was referring to the fact that at CPAC, where I had a sold-out speech, the biggest audience they've had in years, I think maybe ever, I made the statement that Melania was very popular because when I mentioned her name, the audience went wild. I then looked at the two people, man and wife, Matt and Mercedes Schlapp, and I said, wow, they really like the first lady. So this got taken as the fact that I thought Mercedes was the first lady. It has nothing to do with that. These people are really dishonest. They are absolutely something. They have a horrible candidate who's a horrible president. They make up things constantly. You take a look at when I use Barack Hussein Obama and I interject him into where it's supposed to be Biden, and I do it purposely for comedic reasons and for sarcasm, because a lot of people say that Obama's running the country, not Biden, because he's sleeping all the time. They say, oh, I don't know the name of the president. Or when I imitate this guy getting off a stage, what they do is they say, oh, he had trouble getting off the stage. I have no trouble getting off the stage. Anybody that watches what I do at rallies would say, wow, that's amazing. He can go 2 hours without a teleprompter, not making even a little mistake. Very few people, maybe almost nobody, can do what I do. So here's the story. The disinformation of the Democrats is unbelievable. They do it because they have a horrible candidate. Don't associate me with the mental midget that you portray, because I want to tell you, he should not be leading this country. And hopefully on November 5th, he's not going to be. We're going to have a big election. We're going to have a big victory, and we're going to make America great again. Thank you.
All right, cool. He's funny. He's funny. I see why people do impressions of him. Okay, so let me show you. This is a stat that's going around. Republicans win every group: married men, married women, unmarried men, except for unmarried women. Unmarried women are the only thing that Democrats have going for them. So you figure that out. But 68% to 31% unmarried women are the ones who vote Democrat. Unmarried women are the ones who vote Democrat. So you draw your own conclusions. Yeah, that's a statistic everybody's going around. People say unmarried women are unhappy and they vote for unhappiness. But I don't know. Not everybody's happy. Let's see. This is another chart. Illegal immigration is being seen as a very serious problem amongst almost everyone, especially Republicans. But 41% of Democrats see it as a very serious problem. 58% of independents and 61% of the total. So more than half the country sees illegal immigration as a very serious problem. And I have a town in Boston that is a sanctuary city where they were having a, here, let me open this. This is a town hall where they're upset about people moving into their neighborhood.
Tonight, some people who live in this neighborhood voiced their anger and frustration at a community meeting with state officials about this emergency shelter that's opening its doors. Neighbors feel like they had no say in this process, and officials had no answers for them either.
Wait. Can we kindly have a little bit of decorum in the room?
No, this is my neighborhood.
Fuming neighbors who called 4 Point Home grilled state officials about the 80 migrants who will call 24 Farnsworth Street a temporary home. The office space owned by the Unitarian Universalist Association will be turned into the latest overflow shelter.
How is it a done deal when you cannot answer these questions?
Safety and security, location, and facilities topping the concerns.
You said this is real. How are you going to ensure we're safe?
So we get no say as residents of the town, residents of the city, neighbors.
I would like to see a little bit more compassion. That's my point of view. Thank you.
Neighbors like Brian Curley say the community didn't have a voice before the decision was made.
I think there's a lot of angry residents here who feel the same way I do, that this was being forced on us.
General Scott Rice, who's overseeing the state's strange shelter system, vowed security for families living in the shelter and neighbors in the community.
Our track record has been very good. We've had very, very, very few incidents.
United Way is the nonprofit that will run the shelter. Neighbors voiced their concerns to them about no showers on site and a plan to bus migrants to local Ys for services. Though United Way says there will be at least 6 bathrooms in the space.
We certainly would not put anybody in a space that has anything unsafe for them.
And while some are ready to welcome shelter residents with open arms,
this is a great idea. Smart thinking. I think it should happen more often.
some are still frustrated at the lack of information.
There was a lot of questions tonight. There were not a lot of answers.
State officials say there'll be another meeting on Friday where they hope to have more answers for the community.
Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on in Boston. Okay, so the Supreme Court, and I'll get to, I have AI news. I want to get to the news about Diddy and stuff, but the Supreme Court is taking up the case to decide if Donald Trump has immunity from when he was president from being prosecuted for this stuff. So here is Rachel Maddow freaking out about it. And I have multiple clips of people freaking out about this Supreme Court decision, not just Rachel Maddow, but here's Maddow freaking out.
If you think about the court as the Supreme Court of the United States and a rational actor and a decent one, that was a reasonable supposition. And it just turns out they're not that. Feel, incremental bit of progress here. The important question here is not whether the Supreme Court is going to decide that Donald Trump and all presidents are immune from prosecution for things they commit, crimes they committed while they were president. I mean, it would be fully insane for them to actually side with Trump here, right? The conclusion that we can arrive at now based on what they have done without having to wait for the ruling is that they are ensuring that Trump will not face trial. And when they inevitably rule that presidents aren't immune from prosecution after they leave office, what that will tell Donald Trump, if by then he is president, is that he can never leave the office of the presidency. Right. And if he is voted out in 2028, he cannot leave office, and he is willing to he is welcome to commit any crimes he wants to, as long as he is still president, in order to ignore the result of that election and stay in power for life, because otherwise he is going to go to prison when he gets out.
She's insane, huh? So that's her. And then here's somebody else talking about it.
The reason why people like Mark and people like Dahlia seem to have a crystal ball is because they're real, because they're realists, and they understand the court for what it is. And at some point, people in the media, people at home, and people sitting in the White House have to stop pretending that the Supreme Court is some kind of benign, trying to do its best institution, and start to realize that there are 6 Republicans, not conservatives, Republicans on the Supreme Court who view it as their job to help the Republican Party. And until we do something about that, until we take away that power, until we draw the line on them there, they will continue to do this. They will help Trump. They will take away abortion rights. They will end affirmative action. They will liberalize gun rights. They will do all of it until we stop them. And the reason why people like Mark.
There's somebody else freaking out. I have Whoopi Goldberg freaking out about it. I mean, this is the news. The Supreme Court just said they're going to take up the case, but it's not going to be for a couple months. So it's going to drag Trump's trials into the future. And then they might go so far into the future that he'll be elected president and he'll be able to get all the charges dropped against him. And here's Whoopi. Oops. You're not hearing it.
Now,
Here we go.
Well, the Supreme Court won't hear oral arguments until the end of April. Now, let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has all those rights. He is immune from everything. Yeah. You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, he could. I mean, no. This is not a good thing. He can go. What this means is he could do anything.
Yeah.
He could dismiss everybody's debt. Yeah. You know, there's a whole bunch of great stuff that could happen, but let's really look at what this means.
Yeah. So they're basically kicking the can down the road, though. They're not taking up this case immediately.
Right.
So what's their motivation then? If we all know that they can't do what you just said because of the extreme power that a president would have, what is their motivation for not doing it right away?
Well, unfortunately, some people are saying the motivation is that there are certain conservative justices that have been appointed by Trump that want to help him. And because we know the end result is if this case is not resolved by the time of the election and he, God forbid, becomes the president of the United States, the Justice Department policy is that you cannot indict nor put on trial a sitting president, right? And so it's his get out of jail.
Throw him in jail.
But it's his get out of jail free card.
No, I'm saying Biden could throw.
Yeah,
See,
Biden
this
could
is
do
a
that.
slippery slope because if they give him this immunity,
what's good for the goose
What I
is
also
good
will
for
say
Biden.
is they're listening to these arguments in April. The end of their term is in June, right? They return again, I believe, in October. The Bush v. Gore case happened real quick. Do you remember that? The Supreme Court knows how to work real fast.
That was the day democracy died.
There you go. So that's The View talking about it. People are spreading lots of conspiracy theories about the women on The View. All right, now let's talk about the P. Diddy and Meek Mill's thing. I'll play you some clips of Kanye West saying that you're a Fed, talking about P. Diddy and Meek Mill. Here you go.
And the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who, because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking Fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a doer and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-card. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Right,
Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now.
There you go. So that's him calling out
And a Kardashian.
Meek Mill and Diddy. I have Meek Mill saying losing a cellmate is like losing a chick.
If you're dealing with somebody for a long period of time, it don't matter if I left or you left, you can have a celly. Nah, you got a celly for 3 months.
That nigga cried when the celly left.
Pack it up, go to new jail. You're gonna feel like you just lost a chick. You know how it is. It's just you're gonna be hurt.
How many
about
times you
it.
felt like that?
No. You ain't never lose your celly and feel like you lost a chick.
No. I lost some cellies that was some good, they went home. Motherfuckers, I didn't see during my whole time, I done seen hundreds of cellies go home.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, damn,
how many times you cried?
Fuck, I ain't never cried, man. The fuck is you talking about?
If you're dealing with there's Meek Mill saying losing a cellmate is like losing a chick. They said he's been caught following a black gay porn account on Twitter. Black porn at black gay porn. This is an old clip of P. Diddy hanging out with Justin Bieber.
Everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah. Everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything.
Sketchy. I got Usher. I had Usher acting kind of homo right here with Diddy.
You heard, but Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard, but Papa don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, yeah. You heard, but Papa don't.
That's pretty gay. This is really gay. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come in. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up.
Oh no!
I mean, damn, pause, but like, I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
It was. He knew what was up. Nicki Minaj has been talking about it. Let's talk about Undercover Brothers. I have Nicki.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
Who's she talking to? So is she talking to Meek Mill? Is that actually Meek Mill she's talking to? So I have this too. Former bodyguard says, did he used to meet up with gay men at a Turkish bathhouse?
Bruh, I was in one of those exotic bookstores with him. I saw this dude pick up butt plugs. And that's the first time I ever seen some shit like that. And when I said, yo, my man, what you getting this for? He said, can I do my shopping by myself? And I said, yeah. And when I looked up there, it said butt plugs. I bust out laughing and went to the front door. So you heard the rumors. I knew I used to wait outside a Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together.
Somebody's asking who this guy is. Let me tell you, he's some security guard. P. Diddy's former bodyguard. Diddy.
To each his own, though, bruh. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people and they meet them at the Turkish bath and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath. Got that big ass tub at home, but you want to go? No, go ahead.
There you go. So that was supposedly Diddy's old bodyguard. All right, do you guys want to see some? They're doing this hate bill in Canada. I already talked about it. There's some new AI stuff. I'll show you that. Thanks. Hey, thanks. We got 153 people tuned in. Thanks a lot. If you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. I'll check it before the show's over. Let me just show you this latest thing with AI. Look, you can give it one image and it'll make it lip sync. Check this out.
You want to know? Look at these scars.
Look, they feed it just the reference image.
My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that.
That's not from the movie.
Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth.
There's no way.
Let's put a smile on that face. And why so serious? You want to know?
There's no way. There's no way. That's what it says, though. It said that's just from an image and the audio. So there's more to AI stuff. This one guy says that students shouldn't even learn how to code anymore. This guy, the NVIDIA CEO, says people shouldn't even study how to program anymore because of AI. Here, I'll play that for you.
I want to say something, and it's...
Hey, thanks, Orwell, today. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the 650 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, man. All right, here, let me just play this.
It's going to sound completely opposite of what people feel. Over the course of the last 10 years, 15 years, almost everybody who sits on a stage like this would tell you it is vital that your children learn computer science. Everybody should learn how to program. And in fact, it's almost exactly the opposite. It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program, and that the programming language is human. Everybody in the world is now a programmer. This is the miracle of artificial intelligence. The countries, the people that understand how to solve a domain problem in digital biology or in education of young people or in manufacturing or in farming, those people who understand domain expertise now can utilize technology that is readily available to you. You now have a computer that will do what you tell it to do. It is vital that we upskill everyone, and the upskilling process, I believe, will be delightful, surprising. I want to say something, and it's going to sound...
All right, I could show you some more AI advancements. All right, let me check my coffees. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning into the show today. I appreciate everybody who coming by. I'll save some stuff for tomorrow. Let's see. Didn't get any extra coffees. Make sure to check out our clothes at Truth Revolution Clothing, truthclothing.io. You see it streaming across the bottom of the screen. Pick up a propaganda. Pick up one of these. Propaganda t-shirt. This is a great way to support the show if you don't drop super chats or coffees, or in addition to, you can actually get something to wear that people love when they see you and you're out in public with it. They'll give you a thumbs up. They'll say, "Oh, that's a cool shirt," if you're wearing your propaganda shirt or propaganda hoodie. So check that out and check out the rest of our shirts, including our Question Everything, Truth Matters, Decentralize at truthclothing.io. And we have a special section of crypto stuff. So check that out, including our Bitcoin Saves shirt, our Bitcoin Save sticker, our End the Fed sticker. Check all that out at truthclothing.io. And thanks everybody who supported the show today. Really appreciate you. You helped me make my goals. And I should see you tomorrow. Same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it. Thanks everybody. Hit the like button on the way out. And former artist, no, I didn't watch Red Bar's show. I don't know where to watch Red Bar's show. So don't know anything about him, actually. So you can tell me about it if you want, but I don't know anything about him. Haven't seen anything he said about me. No idea. Don't know anything about it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you. And we'll see you at the next one. For now, that's what it is.